It's your boy Beastly. Here we go. It's gonna be a great video. I've been looking forward to doing this video for a long time. Oh man, we got us a good one today. I've been waiting to make this video. I'm gonna be making a Black Ops 6 review actually in the near future, so stay tuned for that. But if you guys haven't been following my channel a lot, or if you're a new follower on my Twitch or my YouTube, appreciate you. But I'm a big COD guy. I've been playing Call of Duty since, God, what was my first COD game? Damn. Was it all the way back in 2009? 2010? Wow. Anyways, I've been playing COD for going on 14, 15, something amount of years. It's been a long time. And me and my friends were sitting in our group chat and we were talking about, the best COD games. And I stumbled upon some really funny tier list videos of different, whether it's zombies YouTubers, multiplayer YouTubers, Warzone YouTubers, just a bunch of funny tier lists of people who say the funniest things about some of these games. And I was like, you know what? I make YouTube videos now and I do live streams. So why not? Let me throw my hat in the ring and make my tier list. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that this list is going to offend some of you guys. I'm going to piss off some people. I don't really care. These are my opinions. I will back up my opinions with some facts of throughout the way. And I'm going to be grading mostly them based off campaign, multiplayer, and third mode. Some of these games do not have zombies. Some of these games do not have Warzone. So, I have to grade them on a scale. Again, this is going to be my opinions. Let me know in the comments how right or wrong I am with some of these choices. We have all 21 COD games. I am not doing COD Mobile. I am not doing Warzone by itself. No, I'm not. These are the main games. These are the games you buy. These are the games you play, and yada yada yada. I'm not gonna, if I went and did like the DS games and like the Wii games, I'd have there'd be like 60 games on this list. So I'm not doing that. These are the main series games, and yeah, let's get right into this. Probably shouldn't have to explain the left-hand side, but this is a 0 to 10 scale. This is my opinion. Just because I put a game in 10 out of 10, it does not mean the game is perfect. Does not mean there were no glitches, no exploits, no cheaters, no nothing. It just means, in my eyes, it's a perfect game. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is the rating system. We got perfect 10 up top. We got the numbers going down progressively. 8/9 out of 10, 6 to 7 out of 10, 4 to 5 out of 10, and then 0 to 3 out of 10. Just don't play these games. And at the very bottom, we have DNP. These is really simple. This stands for did not play. Without a further ado, let's get into this list. Starting with the first three CODs, COD 1, 2, and 3. As you guys can probably guess, I did not play these games. So that is well before my time. I could look up exactly what was the first game I played, to match up the timelines. But just know I have technically, loosely with the word technically here, have played all of the COD games. I have. However, I do not own all of these games. So if I did not play them or I did not own them when they were the modern game at that time period, they go into do not play. I'm 99% sure the rest of these games I have either owned or played at some point. I will, if I have to add more to did not play, I will add more into the future. But for now, that is the first couple games. Definitely the founding blocks of the COD franchise, but they're the first three games, right? Most people didn't play them. Yada, yada, yada. Modern Warfare 1, aka Call of Duty 4. Ooh, I am going to stick this game in... This is a toughie. I'm probably going to slap this game with a 6 out of 10. Obviously, in its heyday, when it launched, it was the COD game that put COD on the map. It was the first FPS shooter to have create a class, kill streaks, perks, a lot of things. And so I on one hand want to give it its flowers. However, obviously, in 2024 going on 2025, it's a very outdated game. And even though it's not on this list, this game did get remastered not that long ago. What, 5-6 years ago? It got remastered. And yeah, you could just tell it didn't fit modern COD, right? We got we're kind of spoiled with so many new games with new mechanics and yada 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 that this game doesn't really hold up to time anymore. But I will give it its flowers for what it did during its heyday. And honestly, I'm probably gonna slap World at War in the exact same category. World at War was gritty, graphic. Multiplayer was interesting. Shout out to, was this? I think this was the game that had what, stopping power and the MP40. I forget if it was the MP40 or the Thompson. I forget what gun everybody used, but yeah, it was either Juggernaut / stopping power with the MP40. You had the attack dogs that were crazy. You had tanks and multiplayer maps. It was, and then we got zombies, big zombies guys. You guys will see throughout this list. I mean, massive zombies guy. And so this was the induction of zombies. So, you know, I gotta shout out to my Treyarch, you know, my Treyarch games. Modern Warfare 2. This is probably going to be the most controversial, one of the most controversial placements on the list. In my opinion, Modern Warfare 2 is a great game. I played it when it was active. It's a funny story how I actually acquired this game. I actually never bought this game. One summer, my cousin came over to play on my Xbox 360, and when he went back home, he forgot the game, and I just never told him. So if he's watching this video in the future, thank you for giving me Modern Warfare 2 for free. But yeah, I played this game back in its heyday when it was live, and every now and then, especially with the Game Pass changes for COD, I'll go back and play. It's filled with hackers now, but you know, back when it launched, it was a great game. However, and this is a big asterisk next to Modern Warfare 2, the reason why I will not put Modern Warfare 2 in the perfect category is even though the game was fun, there was a lot of iconic moments and a lot of iconic things that this game did. I can't get over the fact that this game essentially, if you guys don't know the story behind this, I believe it was Activision. There was a lawsuit going on in the background of this game, and this lawsuit essentially prevented them, the developers, from ever updating the game. So like most of the problems that Modern Warfare 2 has, like one-man army noob tube or quick scoping, and I'm not talking about, you know, normal quick scoping, I'm talking about like super scoping, basically, like all the issues that this game had that people deemed as like really overpowered, really fun, most of them were gonna get nerfed. It was an update. You can literally look it up on YouTube. There was an update that was gonna happen that never did. And so on one hand, you know, a lot of people look back at Modern Warfare 2 and the nostalgia with the nukes and the quick scoping, you know, the ACR and you know, the Model 1887s. And on one hand, you know, got great memories, but, you know, you weren't having any fun if you loaded into High Rise or you loaded into any of these maps and there was a whole 6-man team just spamming noob tubes from their spawn with one-man army, danger close. You know, that wasn't fun. And the devs agreed it wasn't fun, and they were actually going to nerf it. And you know, with a big balance change that never went through because of a lawsuit. So on one hand, got to give it its flowers for how it was at that time, and it's still fun. The menu music to this day, I just listened to it before I made the video and it made me feel nostalgic. However, because the devs were going to nerf a lot of the things that people basically have nostalgia for, I just can't give it that perfect 10. As you'll see, there's probably going to be 2 games that are in that 10 out of 10 category, and Modern Warfare 2 just barely misses the cut. Another game that's going to barely miss the cut is going to be Black Ops 1. Oh, God, I love Black Ops 1 so much. So Black Ops 1 was basically just a better version of World at War. The zombie maps, right? Kino der Toten, one of the greatest zombie, especially starter maps in the game. The Thunder Gun, just so many great things I can talk about with zombies. The maps, Moon, zombies, you know, they remastered the OG maps from World at War, so you could play Derice with the newer graphics and everything. Just Black Ops 1 zombies, phenomenal. Black Ops 1 campaign, literally probably to this day the best campaign they've ever made. If you've never played the BO1 campaign, you gotta play it. And then, you know, obviously multiplayer. I'm a big multiplayer guy along with zombies, but I'm a big multiplayer guy, and the multiplayer was I don't want to say it was bad, but if you've played games back in these days, basically between like 2009 to like what 2013, 2012, we didn't have dedicated servers back then, and so if you were the host of these old school like COD games, your ping was like top tier and you were basically unkillable. And if you weren't the host and you were, you know, playing through the host, let's just say connection and hit detection wasn't always the best in the world. But Black Ops 1 multiplayer, great maps, a lot of great guns, great gold camo, and there was like a currency, if I remember correctly. I think they before they were called COD points. Nowadays, when they're called COD points, it's like IRL money that you put in the game. Now, back then, I think they were literally called COD points, and you use them to buy camos, perks, guns, yada, yada, yada. A lot of good things in Black Ops 1, but I do believe, in my opinion, Black Ops 1 gets hard backpacked by the campaign and the zombies. I do think if the campaign wasn't so good and the zombies wasn't so good, it'd probably be, you know, probably mid, you know, probably somewhere in the middle. But given the fact that zombies was so good, I mean, hell, in Moon, you freaking blow up the Earth, man. You blow up the Earth in a zombies Easter egg. That is so just, God, I love this game. And now we get into, in my opinion, the most perfect game of all time. And that's Modern Warfare 3. Now, there's going to be people that are going to argue with me. Oh my God, Beasley, no. You don't understand, right? When people look back in this trilogy, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, each game progressively got better. For a lot of people, they think, or they not really think, I mean, I guess they do think, but their opinion is that Modern Warfare 2 is better because of insert some nostalgia clip from a cross-map noob tube on blah, 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 blah. You know, getting at chopper gunner, then getting the nuke, blah, 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 blah. Modern Warfare 3 took everything that Modern Warfare 2 did good and just fixed it. Modern Warfare 3 is basically the refined version of Modern Warfare 2. So if you like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 is subjectively and objectively just a better game. Starters, there is no stopping power in this game. There is no Juggernaut. There is no one-man army noob tubes. All of that scrapped from the game. Along with, you know, bringing back some favorites like the ACR and the SCAR. They did bring back, but they also added new guns, right? I don't remember off the top of my head because it's been a while since I've loaded up Modern Warfare 3, but there was a ton of weapon variety in this game, from ARs, SMGs, snipers. My favorite sniper of all time is actually in this game, the L118A, I think is what it's called. Love that gun. Just great on the multiplayer front. The maps were iconic. Hard Hat, great map. Arkaden, great map. There's just so many great maps that this had multiplayer-wise, and then you know, while we're talking about the game, the kill streaks. Modern Warfare 3 essentially changed the kill streak system up until this point in COD in a way that honestly hasn't really been refined since then. Modern Warfare 3 had 3 different kind of streaks. Kill streaks, support streaks, and specialists. Kill streaks are exactly what they sound like. You kill people, you get very scary things to kill other people. You're talking the AC-130s, you're talking juggernauts, you're talking cruise missiles, all that fun jazz. Attack helicopters. Support streaks, you actually keep them when you die. However, they're more expensive to obtain. So like a UAV is like 5-6 kills. Advanced UAVs like what, 15, 18, something like that. EMPs 18. Support juggernaut, I think is also 18. So if you're not a crazy kill streak player, if you're more of an objective player like I was on domination, you know, I was dying a fair bit back in these days because I didn't really care about my KD. I cared about winning games. I you know, personally found it more fun to have like 17 flag captures than to go like 105. That's just personal preference though. And so yeah, Modern Warfare 3 had support streaks, and then if you really didn't want to use kill streaks or support streaks, you had specialists, which allowed you to get not just every perk in the game, but every gun proficiencies. Gun proficiencies is like an old archaic thing, but essentially they were perks for your guns. And so when you cracked that 7, I think it was a 7 kill streak to hit specialists, you felt like a god. You got every perk in the game. This was also back when pro perks were a thing. You got pro perks. You got, oh, it was just amazing. The feeling of just you feeling like Captain America, you feeling like a super soldier running around the battlefield. It was great. And that's just multiplayer. Campaign, I think Black Ops 1 has the best campaign of all time. However, I think Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 is the best, you know, storyline we've ever had. That final mission of Captain Price hanging Reznov from the top of that hotel is a core memory of mine that I will never forget. Him having that cigar as he lays there to probably die, but we never actually know. Just the camera kind of fades to black and yada, yada, yada. Just an iconic final mission. There were so many great missions in this. The freaking Paris Tower. I forget what that tower is called in France. But we like, you destroy that in the campaign. It's just so many. I think they also like destroy New York City too. Like, it's just a great campaign. And honestly, I haven't played through it since I was a kid, but I need to go back and replay through it. And that's multiplayer and campaign. And then we get to the, I don't want to say it's the lackluster mode, but we get to the less liked mode, and that's survival. I'm a big zombies fan. I was also a big survival fan. I love survival. Now, for a lot of people, survival wasn't their preferred game mode, and that's completely fine. It's subjective. Each person likes their own thing. But, and you might be like, Beastly, how can you put Modern Warfare 3 in perfect if its third mode is eh? Here's why. Modern Warfare 3 really didn't have 3 modes. It kind of had 4. And what I'm referring to with that 4th mode was Spec Ops. They brought Spec Ops back. So Modern Warfare 3 had survival for the people who liked more of a round-based horde mode, kind of like zombies for the previous 2 years. You had Spec Op missions, which were basically from Modern Warfare 2. They brought those back. Then you have the campaign. Then you have the kick-ass multiplayer. Literally, this game could not miss. I might be wrong. I think Black Ops 1 was the first game to introduce mastery camos. I think it was gold camo in Black Ops 1. I could be wrong on that. But Modern Warfare 3 also had gold camos on all their weapons. And unlike, the current days where you have to get 1,000 headshots, 5 cover kills, double kills, all that nonsense. Modern Warfare 3, you got gold camo by just killing people. The gun, you leveled it up by just using it. It was very great. You didn't have to go through all these stupid challenges with, shooting people from behind, getting headshots, and all those annoying challenges didn't exist. It was in my opinion, not just the best COD they've ever made. I think it was very revolutionary with the concepts and ideas that were implemented, and it's just a better version of Modern Warfare 2. So if it's subjectively and objectively a better version of Modern Warfare 2, you can't have it lower or equal to Modern Warfare 2. Another little side detail for this game is I don't think the record stands no more because of digital sales and streams. But Modern Warfare 3, you can fact check this, you can Google it. Modern Warfare 3 had the record for Call of Duty for the most sales ever for 10 years? It was a long time Modern Warfare 3 was the most sold Call of Duty game ever. It was, the numbers this game did both back then and even to this day is still crazy. And it deserves its respect. Another game that deserves its respect is Black Ops 2. I think of all the Treyarch games, this is the best. I don't, call it a hot take, call it whatever you want. But for Infinity Ward and Treyarch's first 3 games they made, they got better every single game. This was the golden age of COD for a reason. Literally, they could not miss, and even the games that even in 2024 aren't the best, back then they were amazing. Black Ops 2, where do I start? Campaign has 8 different endings. I forget the exact number, but there's so many different endings. It had the butterfly effect, that Until Dawn effect of, decision making, for the campaign was sick. The multiplayer was amazing. It was like a hybrid of futuristic stuff and, modern day stuff. And then zombies was essentially lights out. Mob of the Dead, one of the greatest zombies maps of all times, is in this game. Origins is in this game. Just so many phenomenal, unfortunately, trans shits in this game, which really sucks, but either way. Origins, Mob of the Dead, top tier zombie maps, top tier zombie story, phenomenal campaign, and phenomenal multiplayer. This was also the first time, I think, when I got introduced. Modern Warfare 3 was the first one, but these 2 games, I followed COD heavy, and this is where I became a fan of pro gaming. Wow. Professional COD player. Shout out to Scumpy, my favorite COD player of all time. Hashtag go Optic Greenwall. But yeah, this is for the first 6 games. This is the golden era of COD. And honestly, I might afterwards replace these, but I do like the placement of all these. Next is when we're going to start getting into very probably debated stuff. Ghost is going into 4 out of, basically, I think it's mid, 4 to 5 out of 10. I loved Extinction. Its campaign ended on a cliffhanger, which I do like Ghost campaign. However, because it ended on a cliffhanger and we never got a follow-up, It's basically a DNF, did not finish. And so I'm going to have to hurt it for its campaign never being finished. And then Extinction, I love Extinction. It's just another way of playing zombies. I do love Extinction. It was so much fun. But we get to the main thing that drags down Ghost. It's the multiplayer. Oh God. They remove prestiging in this game, and they try to make it where like every single time you quote unquote prestige, you would unlock a new like soldier, and you were supposed to be like a group and all that nonsense. There is some bright spots to this game, which is why it's not in, 0 out of 3 out of 10. It's in mid. The Honey Badger was introduced in this game. There was quite a few good guns, very iconic guns. There was a couple interesting maps too. They weren't great maps, but they weren't terrible either, where they had some like dynamicness to it, if you even want to call it that, where there was weather and, Ghost had a lot of good ideas. They were just implemented poorly. And I feel like if we were to ever get like a Ghost 2 or Ghost Remastered, I feel like the game would be really good. Speaking of a really good feature, the perks. In Modern Warfare 3, you had the support, assault, and specialist system. In Ghost, you had something similar. On top of the fact with the perk system, they basically overhauled it to where they gave perks weighted points. So the better the perk, the more points it was worth. The crappier the perk, the less it was worth. And you can, like, there were so many perks. I think there was like, 26, 28 perks in the game. There's so many perks. And you could do so many creative things. And like, again, Ghost had so many right ideas. They were just implemented and executed poorly. And that is kind of its Achilles heel. So I can't rate Ghost higher than the other 6 games. But as you'll see later, it's Ghost I wouldn't even put in this category just because the other games that are going to eventually be here. Speaking of games that are going to be here or be there, right now I'm going to keep Advanced Warfare in mid, but Advanced Warfare is probably going to drop. There's a good shot Advanced Warfare drops by the end of this. Advanced Warfare, this is going to be a really hot take, but I actually liked the supply drop system for obtaining skins / outfits. However, I despise the supply drop system with having pay to win guns. The Obsidian Steed, the HB3R Insanity, the Goliath, all those, meta. I forget what the AK one. There was a legendary AK. Was it the Skull Crusher? Whatever it was called. Those weapons were some of the best weapons in the game, and you could not obtain them without spending thousands of dollars or getting absurdly lucky. And so I like the concept of getting, unique pieces of clothing, made the game more replayable, and other neat things. Another good thing I'm going to talk about the game with is I think this was the first game that had customizable streaks, right? So you could make your UAV a little more juiced, make your UAV last a little longer, or maybe that might be misconfusing that with Infinite Warfare. But I believe this game had also customizable streaks too. But yeah, no, Advanced Warfare, the jetpack CODs weren't the best. They really weren't. But just like Ghost, Advanced Warfare did do some things right, but they did a lot of things wrong. The campaign with Kevin, was it Kevin Stacy? I forget his name, but that guy. The campaign was pretty good. And then the zombies was also okay. Wasn't the best zombies, but it wasn't the worst. I think actually putting it next to Ghost is kind of fair because they both kind of finish in very similar veins. And yeah, that's Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3. Oh, this one's gonna hurt me. Do I give Black Ops 3? Yeah, I'll give Black Ops 3 a 6/7 out of 10. And I'll give, and mostly because no, I can't do that. But no, okay. So I'm gonna leave it at 6/7 out of 10, and here's why. Train Go Boom campaign horrible. Everyone knows that. One of the worst campaigns we've ever had. But I will offset that by getting the best zombies mode we've ever had. Gobblegums elite. The maps, Der Eisendrache elite. Wonder Weapons elite. This is the game that had Zetsubo and Garad Krovi, just elite maps. Great gameplay for zombies. The story was amazing. Shadows of Evil was on this game too. A lot of good maps. So zombies, like S tier, the best we've ever had. Multiplayer, like probably the worst we've ever had. So those kind of offset. And then we get the multiplayer. They brought the pay-to-win supply drop system back from Advanced Warfare, which along with the jetpacks make me go but the maps were really vibrant. Dark Matter, I believe this was the first game that had Dark Matter, right? I think it was. You know, had a mastery, like a super mastery camo, which was crazy. And towards the end of Black Ops 3's life cycle, they implemented a system basically where you got 100 wins and you were guaranteed a duplicate protected supply drop. So I struggled to get, you know, the really OP guns throughout the life cycle of this game. But once when, you know, this game, I went back to it quite a bit because Infinite Warfare was terrible and Advanced Warfare was also terrible. So I played a lot of Black Ops 3. And so eventually I got most of the OP weapons, you know, after the fact, but it's still a better system than Advanced Warfare was. And I got to make it a little better than that because I think of all the jetpack games, this one's the best. But it's like the shiniest of two turds. It's like, you know, it's better, but like at what cost? And then speaking of mid, we're going to go at Advanced Warfare / Infinite Warfare. I think they both go here. This game had a lot better of a supply drop system, much healthier. They didn't lock guns behind a paywall. You could do challenges to get them for free. However, this game just felt like a Black Ops 3.5. It felt like the Diet Coke version of Black Ops 3 with Specialist. The maps weren't very good. The camos for the weapons were insane. I think they were, what, Dark Sky and Solar, whatever. Those camos were sick. The extra mode in this, not the best, aside from the first one. The 80s? I forget what that first map's called. But that default map was amazing. The rest that came afterwards, caca. They were terrible. They were poo-poo. They were garbage. So it has one really good launch zombies map. And then the campaign. The campaign wasn't bad either. I actually enjoyed this campaign quite a bit. So decent campaign. A better multiplayer on paper, but I just didn't want to play it because if I wanted to play, you know, a Specialist game, I just go back to Black Ops 3, which is what I did. So these three games, you know, two of them being mid, one being slightly above average, I think this is fair. I might move this around afterwards when we get done with all of them, but for now, I think this is fair. World War II. World War II goes in slightly above average, and here's why. World War II on launch, terrible. World War II after the Christmas / December mega update where they fired what's-his-face that was in charge of the game and they completely overhauled the game, made the game much better. The supply drop system in this game was a lot better because you got duplicate salvage stuff, which allows you to spend your currency on the newer weapons. So you either pulled them or you had a way of buying them by just grinding the game. The camos, the mastery camo kind of sucked in this game, not gonna lie. That silver chrome crap was The maps also weren't the best, but the weapons were fun. The campaign was okay. And the zombies was actually, you know what? I can't do that. I'm talking about it now. The zombies it was cool to have a scarier version of zombies, but it was poorly executed. The starter map was really good, the first one we got on disc, but the DLC sucked. The campaign was average, and then the multiplayer was probably the best of the three. The V2 rocket was a fun nuclear kill streaks. There were some fun maps in this, but if you don't like World War II, that's probably because you never played the game after the mega update that happened that fixed most of the game's problems. That first 2 or 3 months this game came out, it was pretty bad, but it wasn't that bad after it got updated. So it went from here to here, and I agree with that. Black Ops 4. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I think we're going to start the first 0 to 3 out of 10 games right here. I think Black Ops 4 goes here. I despise Battle Royales. What Warzone / Blackout did to this franchise needs to be studied because there was no campaign, first of all, which is L. It replaced it with a Battle Royale, which was not that much better. If you want to play BR, go play Fortnite or go play PUBG or go play any of the better Battle Royales. This Battle Royale was ass. Zombies was also ass. And then multiplayer, it had a really good mastery camo. I'll give it that. but the specialist system was just done better in Black Ops 3. The guns weren't, I think most of the guns, weren't they just Black Ops 3 guns? It was just, I hated this game. I hated this game. It annoyed me to play the game with my friends. It just didn't have fun. Another game I had no fun with is this pile of shit. This game almost got its own category in hell down here, but then I realized, I'm not gonna do that. This is fine enough. This game is garbage. Modern Warfare 1 Reimagined, horrible. It is, I don't know how a game can release like 12 or 13 years later after the original and be so garbage. I don't understand how they ruined it. The campaign was pretty good. Multiplayer, horrible. Tac Sprint, horrible. Warzone, horrible. No red dots on the minimap, camping like crazy. Some of the worst COD maps in multiplayer history. You got Ass Hair Cave, you got Piccadilly. Oh my, I'm not going to go into it. Just horrible. I didn't buy this game. I got this game for free, played it for like a week, and then didn't touch it ever again. I didn't have to waste my money on this game, and I still couldn't play the game. You've heard me talk about the mastery camos in some of these games. I'm a big grinder. Check out my Twitch if you want to see me grind for the Black Ops 6 camos. But the camos in this game were also ass. So you got an unfun multiplayer, a decent campaign, and then dog shit Warzone. Yeah, horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh man, I don't hate this. I have so much hatred for this game. Again, I almost gave it its own category down here, but there's no need to. There's really no need to waste spots. Black Ops Cold Snore. Black Ops Cold Snore. Do I put it in mid? I love the campaign. Very good campaign. And I loved the zombies. D Machine was really good. The other maps weren't that good, in my opinion. I think D Machine was the best map on it. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep it mid just because of the good campaign and a good zombies mode. The multiplayer in this game sucked. I hated Cold Snore. It has some of the worst balance decisions I've ever seen in a COD game. They brought the wildcard system back in this game, and you know, most people ran perk greed. And the reason why you ran perk greed in this game was because there was literally 2 good red perks, 2 good blue perks, and like 2 good yellow perks. I forget the colors, the green. Either way, there was basically 6 good perks in the game. And so everyone ran them. People, and I'm pretty sure if I remember the combo correctly, it was Ghost and Flak Jacket. It was Dead Silence and Specialist was the other red one, like Specialist thing faster. And then it was the blues were, I think, Flak Jacket and Tac Mask. It was stupid that basically there were only 6 good perks in the multiplayer, and there's basically no reason to run the other wild cards because, oh, you want to have more lethals and tacticals? Why? Everyone's running Flak Jacket and Tac Mask anyways. Who cares if you have extras? Oh, you want to run 2 secondaries? Aside from getting, you know, a pistol or a launcher done with a pistol and a launcher, what's the point of having underkill? What's the point of, you know, overkill, 2 primaries? Do you really need 2 primaries when you can just walk into the battlefield and pick up someone else's gun to have 2 primaries? Like, it's just, most of the other wild cards in the game weren't worth running. So most people just ran perk greed, and there were only 6 good perks in the game. Also, keep in mind, guns in most of these modern games can have 5 attachments. Back in these old school games, the most attachments you could put on your gun is like 1, maybe 2 attachments, depending on like circumstances. So like with most guns, you don't need more than 5 attachments. Some guns you do, but most guns you don't. So if I don't need to run the wild card that gives me extra attachments, and most of the other wild cards aren't worth running, I'm just going to run perk greed, and everyone's going to have the same 6 perks. And so like UAVs were pointless. Everyone had ghosts. Grenades were pointless. Everyone had Flak Jacket. Tac Mask was pointless because tacticals, excuse me, were pointless. Everyone had Tac Mask. And that's not even the biggest sin this multiplayer commits. They made this game basically similar to Modern Warfare 3 in the sense that there were support streaks, but every kill streak was a support kill streak. It didn't matter how many times you die, you would eventually get it. And the EMP equivalent kill streak, the air patrol, was like 6,700 score. which is legitimately like an 8 kill streak. And so you would get these really cool kill streaks like the harp or the chopper gunner or the, you know, some crazy cool streak, an attack helicopter. And then one of the 6 people or 5 people on the other team would just air patrol and then it's gone. Like, it was so miserable to try to get streaks in this game because everybody ran it. It was just horrible. The multiplayer experience was bad. It was just 4 out of 5. This game is getting hard carried by campaign and zombies. Otherwise, this game would be down here. But zombies and campaign keep this game at mid. Vanguard, didn't play it. You're going to see a trend here with a lot of these newer games. Didn't play it. Got the game for free from a friend. And still, just like Modern Warfare 1 Reimagined, Vanguard, played it for like 2 weeks. Didn't play it. This game has some of the worst fucking mastery camos I've ever seen. You have to get like 200 cover kills, like 100 double, like the most excessively dumb camo grind I've ever seen. Didn't do it. Just skipped it. Zombies, horrible. Had that round, or they went out of round-based zombies, which was stupid. Went to the outbreak bullshit. Zombies was horrible. Campaign, horrible. And then multiplayer was horrible. Honestly, if I could, these 2 games would be in their own category. Way down here, but again, saving space on the board. But yeah, these 2 games were horrible. Another horrible game, Modern Warfare 2 Reimagined. This game was atrocious. Oh my god, this game was bad. Holy shit, the balance for this game was disgusting. The amount of updates where they would tweak gun attachments in this game, or not gun attachments, they were tuning. Weapon tuning, oh my god, horrible idea to have weapon tuning. I understand the concept on paper to make your gun fit your needs, but it was executed so poorly. There were so many weapons that just had attachments that would break the gun because of tuning. Some weapons had negative recoil. I think it might have been the AK or the M4. I forget what gun it was. There was a rifle in this game where if you ran all recoil attachments and tuned them properly, rather your gun kicking up, it would kick down. You would have it was just so stupid. The best map in the game was Shipment, which is saying a lot. The camo grind was okay. It wasn't the greatest mastery camo we've ever had, but it wasn't terrible. The only benefit Modern Warfare 3 camo had, the multiplayer camo grind had, is that it carried over to Modern Warfare 3, but that's not saying much when the camo was mid. So these 3 games are easily... Black Ops 4 might be a 3 out of 10, but easily these 3 games are 1s or 0s. I hate all 3 of them. I made a friend group in Modern Warfare 3 who exclusively played hardcore and search and destroy, those 2 modes. And I gotta say, hardcore, the game's a little better. And S&D, I'm not a big S&D guy. Personally, I'm more of a domination, hardpoint, kill confirm kind of guy. Modern Warfare 2, S&D with friends, little bearable. Made it a little more bearable. But in general, horrible. Spawns, horrible. Maps, horrible. Garbage. Just don't play this map. The campaign was pretty good. But Warzone, garbage. Hate Warzone. Multiplayer, garbage. And so it gets floated up. And then we get the Modern Warfare 2 DLC, which is Modern Warfare 3 Reimagined. This was a waste of $70. To this day, I'm still in shock that people bought this game. Period. If you don't know the lore, the story behind Modern Warfare 3 Reimagined, this was originally supposed to be an expansion pack for Modern Warfare 2 Reimagined. Originally. When Modern Warfare 2 launched, Charlie Intel and other leakers said that we were basically skipping a year. And since we were skipping a year, they were going to release like a $30 or $40 expansion update that would add new maps, new guns, and new stuff. Modern Warfare 3 Reimagined, basically. And people were all excited. People were amazing. People were like, oh my god, we're finally breaking the system. And of course, as the story goes, the sales and the numbers were so bad for Warzone, and it was so bad for multiplayer, and just the general negative review of the game was so bad, they canned the Modern Warfare 3 Reimagined DLC, or they basically canned this from being an expansion pack / DLC and just made it a full game. And Jesus Christ, it was so bad. Modern Warfare 3 Reimagined was basically on Modern Warfare 2 maps, which makes no sense because there's a game called Modern Warfare 2, you know, the reimagining right here. So why is there more Modern Warfare 2 maps on Modern Warfare 3 than there is on just stupid. Mastery camo, mid. Didn't like it. The maps, aside from the OG Modern Warfare 2 maps, mid. Absolutely mid. Even some of the Modern Warfare 2 maps were terrible because of tac sprint. There were like certain mechanics that were in this game that weren't in the original, like tac sprint, that ruined certain maps. Just garbage. I cannot stand Modern Warfare 3. Even the code files. In the code, if you break down the code of this game, certain things are labeled in the code as Modern Warfare 2 DLC. Like, that's how bad this game was. Like, these 4 games are some of the worst in COD history. Didn't buy it, got it for free, still hated it. Didn't buy it, got it for free, hated it. Bought this for reduced price one weekend for like $20, despised it, and then didn't buy this at all and didn't even play it. This is one of the very few games on this list I purposely did not buy even for free. I've had people offer me this game for free. I'm still not playing it. Garbage. Absolute garbage. And then we get to the newest game, Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6. Where do I want to stick Black Ops 6? I think that is fine. I think making it slightly above average is fine. Zombies is basically just a better version of Cold War Zombies. Maps were better. Updated the jet gun. The camos are elite for both multiplayer and zombies. I think Warzone's camos are also going to be pretty good too. So the camos, top tier. The zombies, I'm having a lot of fun. The maps, Liberty Falls and Terminus, really fun. Looking forward to the DLC maps. The campaign, really, really, really good. I enjoyed it, except for the final mission. The final, like, hour and a half of this game, where I'm not going to spoil it for the people who haven't played it yet. It is the newest COD on this list. But, yeah, you spend the first, like, 6 to 7 hours doing really cool stuff with cool characters. And then the final mission of the game is with none of the main characters. And it gives you backstory for a character you don't give a shit about, quite frankly. And then the game ends on a cliffhanger, setting up the next game, Black Ops 7, which is coming out next year. So, like, you know, the first, again, like 80% of the campaign, elite. Some of the best missions we've ever had in a campaign. You know, just overall good storytelling, good voice acting, good, just in general, I love the campaign. And then I love the zombies. And the reason why it has a slight edge over Cold Snore is because multiplayer-wise, it's pretty much the exact same. Just, I can't even say worse. Honestly, I think both multiplayers are both ass in both Cold War and Black Ops 6. It's just the campaign, I would say Cold War campaign and Black Ops 6 campaign, I would say probably scratch out even. It's just the zombies. I think Black Ops 6 zombies is a better, more refined version of the Cold War zombies. And so they neutral in multiplayer, they neutral campaign, and the zombies is slightly better. So yeah, I would rate them about here. So I have zero idea how long I've been yapping for in this YouTube video. But yeah, this is my Call of Duty mainline games rankings from my opinion, with some, you know, facts and objectiveness sprinkled in there. Do I really have any regrets on this list for the tiers that I have? My top 4 literally will never change. In order, my favorite games go Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. This order will probably never change. Hate the jetpack games. And then, honestly, I'm not even going to fuck with these games because I despise all of them. The only game I would stick in the front would be Black Ops 4. But these 4 games can burn in hell. I hate these games. Just fuck off. I hate Warzone. I hate these games. So I'm not even going to, you know, rank these turds. It's just, they're all crap. I'll put Black Ops 4 in the front. So yeah, in order of my games, this is my order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So unless I missed a game, which I'm sure someone will put in the comments below, this is my rankings. As you see at the bottom, this stands for DNP, did not play. So I have basically no opinion. These games predate me. And pretty much every other game on this list, I either own and have played, or own and just chose to not play it. Or didn't buy it at all because it was garbage. And so yeah, let me know in the comments below how dumb my list is, or let me know how flawed I am with my opinions. But yeah, as always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, or whatever time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, drop me a follow on Twitch. As always, guys, take it easy. Deuces.